Okay. So up to the last class, we have seen some concepts about the trigonometry. There we have seen the values of the trigonometric ratios. So all the values from that tabular column, compulsory everyone has to by heart it properly. And we are seeing about the domain and the ranges of the trigonometric ratio. So once again, this is this concept of the domain and ranges of the trigonometric ratio. Domain and ranges. That I will represent them in the tabular column. The function, domain, and range. That sine theta, cos theta, tan theta, cot theta, secant theta, and cosecant theta. Okay. Just observe this. What is meant by this domain and what is meant by the range? So already yesterday I was explaining to you that domain is nothing but the set of values of theta for which the function will define. For what values of the theta, the function is going to define all those values is called the domain. Range is nothing but for those values of the theta, what the function is going to give, it is called the range. So, I mean, simply we can explain like that. Domain is nothing but input. What we can give is called the domain. Range is nothing but the output. What that function is going to give, that is called the range. Okay. Domain is the input. Range is the output. So, what values of the function is going to define is called the domain. So yesterday already I was given to you. Tell me what is the domain of the sine theta?
R.
R.
Real numbers.
Sine theta never gives not defined. For any angle of the theta, sine is going to give the value between -1 to the 1.
-1.
That is called the bounded function. So sine is always the bounded function. It is always gives the value between -1 to the 1. Within that interval only it is going to give. That's why for all the angle, for all the values of the theta, sine is going to define only. So it is going to give the value between -1 to the 1. That is called the range of the sine theta. That is -1 comma 1 close bracket. Okay, that is the range. So tell me, what is the domain of the cos theta?
Real number.
Real number.
R.
Real numbers are.
Yeah. Means cos also always gives, always takes all the values. For no value of the theta, cos is giving not defined. But all you can give it. And its range is
-1 to 1.
Minus 1.
Close bracket -1 to 1.
that is the range of the cos theta. Now if you come to the tan
Close
theta,
bracket -1 to 1.
if you come to the tan theta, once observe the values of the tan in the tabular column. If you observe there, for what angle tan is giving not defined? For what angle tan gives not defined? 90 degree. Tan 90 is
90 to 70.
not defined. Similarly, tan 270 also not defined. 270 means 3 pi by 2 also not defined. Similarly, 5 pi by 2 also not defined. Similarly, 7 pi by 2 also not defined. For all these angles, that is not going to define. That's why for the theta, we should not take these values. Once we observe these values, all these angles are going to represent odd multiples of 90. For odd multiples of the 90, tan is going to give not defined. That's why these values we can't take it. These values we can't take it. Okay? series? In an odd number series, what is the nth odd number will take it? Nth odd number?
2n plus 1.
2n minus 1.
1 or 2n minus plus 1 or 2n minus 1. Therefore, 2n plus 1 into 5 by 2 represent all multiples of the 5 by 2. So these angles we should not take it. Other than these values, we can take any other values. Real number, I will subtract these values. Keep two brackets, don't keep any other bracket. 2n plus 1 into 5 by 2. N belongs to Z. Z represents integer. So, odd multiples of the 5 by 2, we can't take it. Therefore, we will subtract these values from all the real numbers. Remaining all the values of the theta, we can take it. That is the domain of the tan theta. Understand that? Okay. Now, to find the range, one subtract the tan values from the tabular form. What is the maximum value of the tan theta?
Not 1. defined.
Not defined. That is plus infinity. Plus infinity is the maximum value. What is the minimum value?
0. 0.
Minus infinity.
Minus infinity is the minimum value. Why? Tan is going to give the value between minus infinity to the plus infinity. So tan gives the value between minus infinity to the plus infinity means it is going to give all real values. Tan will give all real values. That's why its range is R. It is going to give all the real values for the different angles. Okay. Now come to the cot. If you come to the cot, once observe the values of the cot theta, observe that for what angle it is giving not defined.
0.
0 or 180,
360.
180, 3, 5, etc.
3 by
These
4.
angles, cot is going to give not defined. So those angles, those are going to represent integral multiple of the pi. Integral multiples of the pi. So all these values together, we can write simply as an n pi. Then n is an integer. So n pi, because the cot n pi is also not defined, right? That's why, except these values, we can take any other value. Therefore, the domain of the cot is n pi. This is the domain of the cot. These values, we can take remaining of the there are infinitely many angles to be 2 pi, 3 pi, 4 pi, 5 pi, 6 pi, 5, etc. Okay? So that's why number of the angles will be 5. This is separate from the real number. Okay? What is the maximum value of the cot theta there? Cot value is there.
Infinity.
Minimum value of the cot is minus infinity, right?
Minus infinity.
Minus infinity also will be there because whenever we have because cot is a negative, if you take the angle in the second and third or fourth coordinate, that's why you'll get a minus infinity also. That's why cot is also going to give the value between minus infinity to the plus infinity. That's why the range of the cot is also R. It also gives all real numbers, all the real values it gives. It is the range of the cot. Now, if you come to the secant theta, so that angle to the secant theta, for what angle secant is giving not defined? Secant is not defined for what
90
angle?
to
90.
90. 5 by 2, 3 pi by 2, 5 pi by 2,
5
etc.
pi by 2.
For all these angles, secant is giving not defined. So observe those angles Those are represent all multiples of 90, all multiples of pi by 2. We represent 2n plus 1
2n
into
plus or minus
2n. We can represent all these values together. We can represent. So these values we should not take it. Therefore, what is the domain? R minus
r minus 2n plus 1 pi by 2
pi by 2 for all n belongs to Z.
n belongs.
This is the domain of this. Okay. Now, come to here now. What is the range? Range of the secant theta. Okay. To find the range, since we know that secant theta, it is the reciprocal of the cos theta, right? That's what, but we know that the range of the cos theta is lies between -1 to the 1. Cos theta is
Yes.
-1 to the 1, right? That means it will take some negative value, some positive value. That's why we will divide this into the two intervals, -1 less than or equal to cos theta less than 0. That is a negative interval. Next we will take the positive interval. Now, if I take the reciprocal of this, then I get the secant theta. If I take the reciprocal, whenever this is inequality is there, if I take the reciprocal, that inequality gets reversed. Take the reciprocal of it. What is the reciprocal of -1?
Minus 1 is
minus 1.
greater than or equal to cos theta or greater
Cos theta is
than
reciprocal. Cos theta is reciprocal.
Sec theta.
sec theta
Secant theta. Secant theta is greater than 0. 0 का reciprocal?
0
0 का reciprocal?
or infinite
Not defined.
or
Not
undefined
Not
undefined.
defined.
Infinite. But infinite means which infinite? Plus or minus? Because it observes that these
plus
are the
plus
negative. No, all these are the
Minus.
negative values. That's why we get the
Minus.
Minus infinity.
Minus infinity.
minus infinity. Means secant theta is going to give the value between minus infinity to the up to -1. If I take the positive limit, 0 less than cos theta less than equal to 1. This is a positive limit, right? If I take the reciprocal, 0 का reciprocal is greater than cos theta reciprocal, secant theta is greater than or equal to 1. Understand? That means cos theta is secant theta is going to lie between 1 to infinity. So from this you can understand that if I take the real number, there is a -1 and there is a +1. As for this interval, we have to take the value between -20 to -1 or 1 to infinity. That's right. Secant theta never gives a value in between -1 to the 1. -1, 1 बीच में कभी भी secant theta value is not giving the any value between -1 to the 1. There always gives the value between -20 to the -1 or 1 to infinity. That's why the range of the secant theta is so that's the range like this. The range of the secant theta is -infinity to the -1 close bracket or 1 to infinity. This is the range of the secant theta. Remember that. So secant will give the value between -infinity to up to the -1. -1 also it may give it, or 1 to infinity. It never gives the value in between -1 to 1. This is the range of the secant theta. Okay. Now
Sir, please
we come to the cosecant
explain
theta.
the range once again.
Yeah. So this is the range of the secant theta because just now I was given the proof also for you. Because secant theta, this is the reciprocal of the cos theta. Cos theta will value gives between -1 to the 1, right? Cos theta is the range of the cos theta is -1 to the 1. If I take any value between -1 to the 1, if I take the reciprocal, that reciprocal value becomes, suppose if we take -1 by 2. -1 by 2, it is the value between -1 to the 1. If I take its reciprocal, what is the reciprocal of this? Reciprocal?
-2
Is less than -1, no? So if I take all negative values, if I take their reciprocal, those are giving less than -1. If I take the positive value, suppose 1 by 2, its reciprocal is 2, which is more than 1. That's why If I take all the reciprocal of the cos theta, those are either smaller than -1 or bigger than 1, we will get it. That's why secant will give either smaller than -1 or bigger than 1. This is the range of the secant theta. It never gives the value in between -1 to the 1. Okay. Similarly, cosecant theta. If you observe the cosecant theta, once observe the value of cosecant theta, for angle, cosecant is giving not defined. For what angle?
0. 0.
0.
0, pi,
Pi by 2 pi,
5,
3 pi.
etc. So for all these angles, cosecant is giving not defined. All these angles together, how do you write it? N pi.
N
pi.
N
N pi. Means for all these angles, cosecant is giving not defined. That's why these values you should not take it. Therefore, what is the domain of the cosecant theta?
R minus N pi.
R minus
R
1
minus
pi.
N pi. For all n belongs to Z.
Int
This is the domain of the cosecant theta. Similarly, what will be the range? So already we know that cosecant theta, which is the reciprocal of sin theta, right? Since sin also lies between -1 to the 1, just like the previous example, it is also lies between -1 to the 1. Therefore, the reciprocal again should not lie in between -1 to the 1. Again, we get the same range. Therefore, the range of the cosecant theta also minus infinity to the -1 union 1 to infinity. This is the range of the cosecant theta. This is going to be the value in between like this. Okay. So this domain and ranges are very, very important. So compulsory should know that. Also take this tabular column.
Done, sir.
Done.
Done, sir.
So these are the domain and ranges. Now, for all these trigonometric ratios, we also plot the graph. Compulsorily, we have to remember the structure of the graph for all these functions. So, give the summary. Graphs of trigonometric ratios. Graphs of trigonometric ratios. Let the first one, graph of y is equal to sin x in between 0 to 2 pi. I will draw the graph of the sin x between 0 to the 2 pi. Once observe this graph. Because compulsorily for every trigonometric function, you should know the structure, the shape of the graph. Because particularly for solving some of the G main or the G advanced level problem, if you have the graphical approach, the understanding of the problem will be very easy. Okay? That's why compulsorily everyone should know how the trigonometric functions are. For finding that, here take this coordinate axis. I will take x-axis and as well as y-axis. So on the x-axis, I will represent all the angles, that is x values. The corresponding y values I will represent on the y-axis. So the values of x means that is the domain. Domain values I will represent on the x-axis. The range values I will take on the y-axis. Okay. So here y is equal to sin x. What is the range of the sin x?
Minus 1 to 1.
minus 1 to 1.
Means sin will give the maximum value is 1 and the minimum value is -1. So y maximum value is 1 and minimum value is the -1. That's why at the 1 draw a dotted horizontal line. And then the minus 1 also, draw a dotted horizontal line, means the graph of the sine is going to oscillate in between these two lines only. In between these two lines only, the graph will be there. So sine will never use more than 1 and never use less than -1. Should not go below to this or should not go above to that. Okay? Now, to draw this graph, first I will plot the graph in between 0 to the 2 pi. So for that, I will take the scale x-axis. Scale means for every 1 centimeter length, how much value you have to take it here? I will take that 90 degree. I will take the uniform scale. Let's assume that 1 centimeter is equal to 90 degree. So that is pi by 2. That is 90 degree. Then for the next second centimeter, that is pi by 2 plus pi by 2, that is 5, that is 180 degree. Then again the next scale is 270, that is 3 pi by 2.
3 pi by
The next value is 2 pi.
2 pi.
So like that I will take the scale, that is uniform scale I will take it. Okay. So first start from 0, 0 to 2. X is equal to 0. X is equal to 0. What is the sign 0?
0.
0.
0. Y also 0. This is the first point. And x is 0, y is equal to 0. And x is 90 degree, pi by 2. What sin pi by 2? And 90?
1.
1 1.
So this is x is equal to 2 and this is y is equal to 1 line. These are going to meet at this point. This is the second point of it. And x is equal to 5. That is 180. What is the sin pi?
0.
0.
0 0.
Again, y is equal to 0. Means that is the point lies on x-axis. The next is 3 pi by 2. The next is 3 pi by 2. That is 270.
-1.
Minus 1. Y is equal to -1. Here the dotted vertical line is going to be the -1 line at this point. The next is 5. Sorry, the next is 2 pi. That is 360. What is the sign 360?
0.
0.
Again 0. Okay. Now join all these points into the free scale, into the free hand. So don't join it to the scale. To the free hand, join them because there is a curvature. This is not the straight line. So join them with the free hand. This is the graph of the sin x. Okay. So this is the graph of the sin x. That is 0 to the 2 pi. Okay. So if you observe this graph, here it is completing one positive rotation and again it is completing one negative rotation. Again, if you continue this graph, so this graph is going to continue like this. And here also it is going to continue like this. That's why there is no ending for the graph. So continuously it is goes on. It is continuing. That's why it is called the continuous function. For any particular function whose graph is continuous, there is no breaking at all, that function is the continuous function. Your sin x is the continuous function. Okay? The graph of the sin x is like this. This is the graph of the sin x. And here also you can observe that it is completing one positive rotation here and there is a negative rotation. Further, if you continue the graph, the same graph again is going to repeat here. Again, the same graph is repeating of the certain length of the period. So such functions are called the periodic function. Means the certain length of the period, the same graph once again it is repeated. Such function is called the periodic function. Means sin x is the periodic function. It will complete one rotation between 0 to the 2 pi. Means the length of this period is 2 pi. So within the 2 pi length, it is completing one rotation. Again, for the next 2 pi to the 4 pi, if I draw the graph, the same graph is going to repeat it. So within the length of the 2 pi, it is completing one rotation. Again, it's the same period. Again, it is repeating the same graph. That's why sin x is the periodic function and whose period is 2 pi. This length is 2 pi. That That is called the period of that particular function. So period of the sin x is 2 pi. Also that. So from this graph, you can also understand that when the function is increasing and when the function is decreasing. Here we can observe that between 0 to 90, the sin x is increasing.
Yes.
0 to the 90, the sin x is increasing. But between 90 to the 270, the sin x is decreasing. Again, after 90 to the 2 pi, again the sin x is increasing. Like that, because if you have the idea of the graph, then you can understand or you can assume when the function, in which interval the function is decreasing, in which interval the function is increasing. So that idea also we will get it. The critical values all only are available with us. It may not be possible to assume exact interval when it is positive or when it is increasing and when it is decreasing. Right? That's why compulsory it is better to have the graph. Okay? Draw this graph.
Done, sir.
Wait, sir.
Done, sir.
Done, sir.
Now you will see the graph of the cos x now. Look at this. Graph of y is equal to cos x. In between minus pi by 2 to 3 pi by 2, we will draw this graph. Minus pi by 2 to the 3 pi by 2, we will draw the graph of the cos x. So here also we'll take the coordinate axis. So take the coordinate axis, x and y axis. On the x-axis, we will represent the values of the x. On the y-axis, we will represent the values of the y. Between minus pi by 2 to the pi by 2, we will draw the graph. So this is a minus pi by 2, that is towards the negative side, and then 0, then pi by 2, then pi, then 3 pi by 2. We'll take the values. Here are the x-axis. We'll take the scale as the pi by 2 length. And here also we know the maximum value of the cos is 1 and minimum value is minus 1. Therefore, at the 1, draw the dotted horizontal line. And at the minus 1 also draw the dotted horizontal line. Means the cos x graph also is going to oscillate in between these two lines only. Okay. Now, first if you come to this minus pi by 2. So minus pi by 2 means if you measure the angle in the anti-clockwise direction, you have to take them as a negative angle. So it is minus pi by 2. The negative sign means that lies in the fourth coordinate. Suppose any angle which has a negative sign that lies in the fourth coordinate, right? In the fourth coordinate, which are positive? Fourth coordinate, which are cos and secant.
Cos and cos.
Therefore, cos of minus theta is equal to cos theta. We will take it because minus theta, which is the angle lies in the fourth coordinate. In the fourth coordinate, cos is positive, but we will get the plus cos theta. Remember that. Similarly, secant of minus theta is also equal to secant theta. But for the remaining function, the minus will come out because negative those are, right? Sin of minus theta is minus sin theta. Minus theta is minus tan theta. Cos of minus theta is minus cos theta. Cosecant of minus theta is minus cosecant theta. but for the constant sign secant, the minus will not come out. Okay, these two are positive in the fourth coordinate. That's why this is another point you have to remember for the conversion. Now, so take x is equal to minus pi by 2, cos of minus pi by 2, which is equal to cos pi by 2. Cos of minus pi by 2 is also equivalent to cos pi by 2. What is the value of cos pi by 2? Cos 90?
0.
0.
0.
Then x is 0, cos 0, cos 0, 1.
1. 1.
1.
1.
When x is 90, cos 90,
0.
0.
when x is 180, cos 180, already I told you that,
Minus 1. Minus
1. Then the pi multiple is an odd number. Pi multiple is an odd number, cos always gives minus 1. The pi multiple is an even number, cos always gives plus 1. Okay? Cos 3 pi by 3, every odd multiple of 90, cos always gives 0.
0.
Okay, that is 0. So if you draw this, if you join all these points, the graph of the cos is like that. It starts from 0 here, reaches to the 1, again comes to the 0, goes to the minus 1, again comes to the 0. So this is the graph of the cos. Further, if you move it, there is a 2 pi. Cos 2 pi value is minus 1. Further, it moves to the minus 1, again comes to here. This will continue. So this is the graph of the cos. Okay. Here also observe that. Is it continuous or not?
Yes.
Continuous as well as periodic.
It is continuous. Here also will not get the breaking. Is it periodic or not? Because
Yes,
it is
sir.
competing on the rotation, negative rotation. Further, if you continue the graph, the same graph is going to repeat it. That's what is periodic. What is the period of this? So this is 90, this is 90, this is 90, this is 90, and that is total 360. Means there is 2 pi left. It is competing on rotation. It's in the 360
Yes.
degree angle. It is competing on rotation. That's why it's the period also 2 pi. That is 360 degree. So the period of the cos is also 2 pi. Okay, take that graph.
Done, sir.
So these are the graphs of the sin x and as well as cos x. But if I want to compare the sin and cos, sin function and cos function, if I want to compare it, I will represent this both the graphs in the single graph paper. Then you can compare the sin x and cos x. In which interval sin x is more than the cos x, and in which interval cos x is more than the sin x, that you can find. So now take this third one, graph of y is equal to sin x and y is equal to cos x within the interval 0, 2 pi. In that particular interval, we will draw the graph of sin x and cos x. Just observe here. We will take the coordinate axis, x and y axis. So, on x axis, I will represent the values of the x. Start with 0, then pi by 2, then pi, 3 pi by 2, and 2 pi. So the scale is the pi by 2 length, and the maximum value of the both the functions are 1 and minimum value is -1. So both the graph oscillates in between these two lines only. Both the graphs oscillates in between these two lines. First, I will plot the graph of the sin x. When x is 0, sin 0,
0,
0. When x
Zero.
is 90, sin 90,
1,
1.
when x is
One.
5, sin 5, 0. When x is 3 pi by 2, sin 3 pi by 2,
0,
-1. -1.
-1.
Sin 2 pi, 0. So I will draw these points. This is the graph of the sin x. Okay. Now I will plot the graph of the cos x. When x is 0, cos 0, 1.
1,
When x is 90, cos 90, 0. When x is pi, cos pi, it is -1. Cos 3 pi by 2, 0. Cos 2 pi, it is +1. Okay, join that. Start from here, goes to the 0, again goes to the -1, comes to the 0, again goes to the +1. So this is the graph of the cos x. This is y is equal to cos x graph, and this is y is equal to sin x graph. So these are the both the graphs. You can plot it in one graph paper. From this you can understand that you observe that cos and sin are going to meet here somewhere else, right? At what angle cos and sin are